Hey, and thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. This is July 2022 update. I know you're going to be saying to me, Paul, come on, it's already the 12th when you've uploaded this. Well, a lot of things have been going on, and for many of you, you have been in contact. So let me just talk about that first. For a number of you, you've known me for the last 8.5 years. I've building a company as part of a shareholder for Shiloh, the companies you brands you will have known of: Wireless for Now, Networking for Now, and Firewalls for Now. Over the last few months, the UK shareholders have decided on a slightly different direction, and I felt as a result of that I needed to step out of the company. My last day was the 9th of June, and unfortunately on that day the shareholders decided they'd also let all of the Australian team go as well. Thankfully, most of those have been able to find jobs, and I'm left here with a couple of others after a couple of meetings in a coffee shop that we've decided, hey, instead of working for some other people, why don't we work for ourselves? So you'll see some more from us in due course, but hopefully that just helps you. I am no longer connected with Shiloh or Wireless for Now, Firewalls for Now, or Networking for Now. I do believe they're still running. You can find their information on their website. But let's carry on. Okay, so first off, we know that last month we did a promo. If you wanted to own one of these, become the winner of this G4 Doorbell Pro. Still pretty difficult to get hold of. Why do we like it? Because it can be USB-C powered as well. Have a look in the comments of the YouTube video below. We will announce the winner there. This month, we are going to be giving away one of two options. You can either take this, which is the new Dream router, the Ubiquiti Dream router, a fantastic all-in-one appliance. Alternatively, you can take an AI 360, one of the new 360-degree fisheye cameras that Ubiquiti have released. You want to win that? Real simple as before. Find some of our videos, share them around, get some of your friends to join and subscribe to this channel, add some comments in some of the videos that you like. All of those type of things will give you an entry into winning one of those options. So it's July already, truly now in the latter half of 2022. Where are we with the supply? Well, we're probably at the blackest point we're going to have, hopefully. I say that, that's what I predicted. That's roughly where we are now. So let's look at a few of the vendors. Ubiquiti. All right, we've had a massive run out of all of the cameras, G4 cameras, and the G3. We're not seeing the G3 for many, many months. So we are starting to see some of those cameras coming back towards the end of this month, towards the end of July. I reckon probably real stock of those we aren't going to see probably until September or October now. We are seeing what other things? Gen 1 switches we've talked about before, the US 8-150 for example, or the US 24. All of those very, very unlikely to see. And some people have been talking about the fact we may not see those again. I hope we do. They have a great place in the market because they do 24 volts and 48 volts. But Ubiquiti at the moment are putting their effort in the second gen switches, the USWs. So USWs starting to see a little bit more availability of those. We are still seeing some of the new products coming around, like the AI 360. We reviewed that back in February. That is now, the first shipments are arriving here in Australia. Again, the same with this, which is the Dream router, the upgraded or slightly different to the Ubiquiti Dream machine. We're seeing the first stocks of those arrive at the beginning of August. They're probably only going to be small quantities. Obviously, we've got things like the UDM Special Edition, seeing a lot more stock availability, but we're still not seeing much move from Ubiquiti. Especially, again, in the Wireless 5 access points, so AC Light, AC Long Range, even the AC Pro. Those are really difficult to get hold of, especially like something like the AC Mesh as well. Comes in and out of stock, not here in Australia, but we don't see that very often. So I would suggest, again, with Ubiquiti, make sure you buy when you see the stock. Don't wait, because it will probably be gone within a couple of days, or some instances we're seeing within inside a few hours. If you're buying the new stuff, what we're seeing like the Wireless 6, we are seeing some more of that come into stock. It sold out pretty quickly. It is coming again in the next sort of 8 weeks. We should see a better stock run of those. So that's a roundup of Ubiquiti. WatchGuard, again, WatchGuard are continuing to be pretty predictable. We're probably seeing a 2-week turnaround time. Again, allow a little bit more time if it's wireless access points. And if you're buying the firewalls, do tend to just buy the base unit without Wi-Fi. It will probably arrive quicker if you're on time sensitive. And in fact, that carries through with a lot of vendors. The same with Fortinet. Lower end units tend to be just the product itself. We mentioned in the June update, if you're going to buy a Fortinet, make sure you buy the hardware appliance only. Don't buy it bundled. Make sure that whoever you're buying it from separates the hardware from the subscription, because often the hardware is around. But if you buy it as a bundle, it'll go onto a special order, and that will probably cause you some delays. Ruckus, as we know, the Ruckus is 2023, probably going to stop updating on that until the latter part of this year, but that's what we're seeing with a lot of those. With Meraki, I've said before, I said it in the June update, you do need to just focus on the exact models that you want and maybe be flexible. Generally, the access points, most of those are around about 125 days, so almost 4 months there. Or probably over 4 months. So do allow yourself some time. There are some flexibility options in the switches, and maybe you can choose to step down from the MS225 to one of the other models, or swap it around slightly. You may find better availability that way. TP-Link tend to be pretty good. Obviously, they're quite a good option if you are used to the Ubiquiti range. Their cloud controller is almost identical. The products are pretty good, so do have a look at those. They do come in and out of stock fairly regularly. Anything that really is a PoE switch from most of these vendors will give you difficulty, so it doesn't really matter if you're looking at Fortinet. If you're looking at their switching, then there are some delays on that. Sophos again, we're looking at that 2 to 3 week back-to-back ordering. There are products around. Be more aware of certain access points and the switches. These are taking longer, but there is still a fairly consistent flow of the actual devices itself. But do check with your supplier of exactly what the lead time is. So that's probably a fairly quick roundup. SonicWall are fairly consistent still. Again, that 14-day turnaround. Again, just be aware of wireless. Try and order units without wireless. You can always add on an access point. Later on, it will give you that slightly faster delivery time. So look, that was probably a fairly simple, quick roundup. I've probably not covered everybody in there, but that's probably a main bit of the market that I deal with. We're seeing this across the board. The supply chain is severely broken. We're seeing the vendors move very quickly to newer products and promoting those newer products. So like in the Ubiquiti side, we see more going to the UISP switches, but then they run out really quickly instead of producing some of the older ones. So just be patient. The stock is happening. I predicted again that it probably was going to be September or October before we were going to see a proper good flow. I'm hoping that that's still going to be true. We're starting to see some movement here in July, but watch those, your favorite e-commerce sites or wherever you're buying from, and do buy when they're in stock. If you're looking for firewalls, just give it a little bit more time. So do remember, if you're after a Dream router, Ubiquiti Dream router for free, or you want the AI 360 camera, do share around this YouTube channel. We do love making it and keeping you up to date. Do comment on some of the videos, or do get some other people to subscribe, or even yourself subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. So thank you for stopping by, and hopefully that's been a quick and useful July update.